Okay, folks, Glastonbury 2024. I watched 2 or 3 of them yesterday, and here's my honest reviews on what I saw. Obviously, I only saw it on the TV, but enjoyed what I saw to an extent. We did it last year. We covered it when the channel was brand new. We slated a few. We're going to probably slate some this weekend. There's definitely one I'm going to slate in a moment. But first, we'll go to the did she or didn't she? Dua Lipa, the star of yesterday's show. Did she mime or didn't she? Many of you might not have even realised that there was an issue there. But when you go online, everybody was talking about it. I'm watching her late last night. I've watched it on BBC Sounds and I'm thinking, is she singing? Is she not? I thought she might not be. And the reason I thought she might not be is I couldn't see any straining on her neck. No veins coming out, no Adam's apple, anything like moving. No effort whatsoever. She's also running around and it's hard to sing and not so much keeping tune but keeping breath when you're running around and doing dance moves and so on and so forth. Her voice stayed constant almost all the way through. You'll find when you go a little bit higher with your voice and put more into it, you can see facially that you're straining a bit more or struggling or you're working harder to get there. There was nothing facial with her at all, and I thought she cannot be doing anything but miming. And there was a couple of times I thought she was late with things, that the voice didn't match up to the vocal, and it wasn't issues with the old getting it in sync. It wasn't that at all. It wasn't TV pictures. The pictures were fine. I was pretty sure she was miming. Then there came a bit sort of halfway into the concert where she goes into the crowd and she's singing, and I know her voice all the way through, although she's got lots of backing vocalists there. And she starts holding the mic up and her voice is still there. So anyway, today I put the beeb on this morning and it did get brought up on the news this morning, and he said, oh no. He said, the bloke on the beeb said, I seen her doing a bit of preparatory work yesterday before she went on. He said in the afternoon, he said she had a bit of a run through and she did have backing tapes and she did have a backing vocal there, and one of the vocals was her own. But what she was doing, he said when she came to the crowd, I was right near her and I heard her sing. He said she was definitely singing. He said she's used the backing tape as like a double vocal. Many do that. They don't tend to do it with the backing tape. They don't tend to do it that way. I mean, I think one of the first ever seen do it was Roger Daltrey. He don't only have that single mic that he throws around and whatever else. Sometimes he's got 2 mics taped up there and he sings out of 2 mics. They call it, in fact, double tracking. They call it, not double vocal. What am I thinking of? But I just thought to myself, no, I'm not having it. I'm not sure at all. I think she's had that backing vocal all the way through, and I think she's probably sung bits, the easier bits, the bits that she can hit no problem whatsoever. I think she's sung the easier bits of the easier songs, and I think the harder bits are the bits she's not 100% sure about. I think she's left and just lip synced to them all. I really do. It's sad that a headline on Glastonbury would lip sync, but I think that's what she's done. I'm sure we're going to hear that isn't the case, but I've watched it pretty closely, and I think she has done, which is a shame because it sounds like she's got a great voice. I don't really know the young girl. I know of her, but as I say, I'm stuck in the 70s time warp. I really am. But I said to the other half, I'll know some of her songs. I know I will. I know as they come on, and I knew 5 or 6 of them, not to sing along to, but I thought I've heard this. And they were good songs, and she put on a great show. A really, really great show. You know, the set was great, the lighting behind it, the fireworks and whatever else, all the pyrotechnics, great, it all fitted. Everything was great about it, it really was. She looked fantastic, the stuff she was wearing was great, and I think she's really, really good. But I do think there was a lot of lip syncing going on there, a real lot, I really do. And you don't mind backing tapes and you don't mind a bit of backing singers, but it isn't the norm to have your own voice there and sing on your own voice. Do it with 2 mics, yes, but the other way, you just leave yourself open to lip syncing, and I think she was doing it a lot last night. I really do. Others will say I'm wrong. I don't think so. Right, before we go on to who was great there, who was crap. Well, I'll tell you who was crap. I said it about 3 years ago. I seen him on Jules Holland, and he was, well, not crap. Crap's a bit hard because I like some of the songs, but he's somebody else that should have retired. There's certain people, as they get to a certain age, should not be singing live anymore because all they're doing is they're peeing on their own bonfires. You know, they're spoiling what they've had. And that was old Dexy. Old Dexy's been Night Runners. some great songs there, 4 or 5 absolutely great songs that we all know, like Jackie, and stuff like that. But he didn't sing them great in the main. He had somebody else singing with him, and some of the songs, some he did on his own. His voice just isn't what it was. I mean, I said about 3 years ago he's lost the power in his voice. Well, there was some power there when he's sort of shouting out, but when he comes to singing and he's having to sing as he did them, he's not always in the same key, but he's just not got the same power. The power's just gone. I think he's struggling with the power, with his breathing, with everything. And he's doing what a lot of people do later in life. They don't sing it as they released it. They sing it in their own way, a new way, a different way. They put different nuances on it to try and hide the fact that they can't do it. And that's what he was doing. He was doing it all the way through his songs. I mean, the worst one of the lot, it was his biggest hit of the lot. Come On Eileen was a real poor vocal for me. Really poor. He's doing like vocal Olympics with it rather than just singing it. And I don't mean Olympics as in he's getting really high or really great. I don't mean that at all. He's throwing this in and this in and this into nearly every line. It was totally a different song than it was released as, which was a shame. So for me, he shouldn't be singing live anymore. There'll be probably others this weekend, but he's definitely one of them. If you've not seen last year's review, I said it the same about Debbie Harry and Blondie. She was shocking last year. What I will say to old, is it Kevin? Was it Kevin Rowland's Dexys? I think it is. What I'll say to Kevin is this. For all you were poor, you weren't as bad as Debbie Harry last year. She was abysmal. Really abysmal. I think we had somebody else as well that we called abysmal. That I normally like. Yeah, Lionel Richie. He was poor last year. Really poor. But Debbie Harry took the biscuit last year. She was shocking. But this year, Kevin, not very good. You might not agree with both of those reviews, folks, but there's my opinions. And in a moment, I'll tell you who was better than I thought they were, because I don't really know them that well, and who I thought was absolutely brilliant yesterday. There's only been one thus far for me that has been brilliant.